say good morning, one heart, one mind, center for spiritual living. And then I'm going to kick us off this morning with a song called "All the World Is One." It's by a man named Peter Mayer. You probably know him. Oh, you know what? I think I'm just going to do sound. So let me redo that. But he has a lot. He's a very spiritual guy. I mean, that's not really his kind of main emphasis for his music, but his music always has this lovely kind of spiritual tone to it that I really enjoy. So, no, that should work. Okay, so here we go. Here is a song called "All the World Is One." Yes, good sound.
You could say that you stand apart, put a fence around your yard. You can build a tall rampart, guard it with a gun. You can dig yourself a moat, burn the bridge and burn the boat. It won't matter that much, you know, 'cause all the world is one. All the world is one. You can march in a big parade every Independence Day. You can raise up your own flag, sing your own anthem. It'll ring out in the air with the other anthems there, till the winds of the earth declare all the world is one. All the world is one. Go and ask the Buddha when he's sitting under the tree. Go ask Walt Whitman when he's looking out at the sea. Ask Alan Shepard when he's standing up on the moon, staring at that pearl of blue. Ask an atom in the breath you take. Ask the water by the riverbank. Ask a strand of DNA that's written in your blood. One life running in your veins, one life from one big bang. You can try and separate it, but all the world is one. All the world is one. Go and ask the Buddha when he's sitting under the tree. Ask Annie Dillard when she's up on Tinker Creek. Ask Alan Shepard when he's standing up on the moon, staring at that pearl of blue. Take an outbound train, try to make a getaway. You can ride off like John Wayne to the setting sun. But earthlings don't leave town, they just go round and round until they figure out all the world is one. All the world is one. All the world is one. All the world is one.
All the world is one. I love that. Yeah, I like that he invited all these people like Annie Tinkered and Dillard Creek and Alan Shepard on the moon, and all these people that have seen our world from these different perspectives, and knowing in their hearts, intuitively knowing that we're all one. I love that. Anyway, I just thought it was worth kicking off our service today. So I'm going to invite our practitioner of the day, Rob, to kick us off with a few words or a prayer or whatever he wants to do.
Thank you. Thank you for the freedom. It's and what he wants to do, what we're talking about today is honoring our uniqueness and in lots of ways. And first thing I noticed about that is that I'm weird. I am downright weird. And we even came up with, the as I say, tell people the running joke is that the name for my weirdness is Robism, and everybody seems to be a part of this joke. That, but it's okay. It's okay for me to be unique, and nobody minds that much, and I really appreciate that. Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to try. Let's see if I can pull this off. A video. There's a video I'm going to show you that actually I got from John Oliver's Last Week Tonight television show, which is kind of a news program, and it was on artificial intelligence. And I wanted to learn more about artificial intelligence, so I watched this his television show, and he started out with this video that, let's see if I can uh, pull this off.
You should be able to share screen.
I think so. We're going to try this and see if
There
that.
you go. Yeah.
There it is. Now, this guy, this is a video that was put together by a content creator, but the point was that he used artificial intelligence to do it, which means he just knocked it right out. It's a video, it's got motion to it, but he was able to pull this off in a couple of hours. And I'll explain later why I'm showing it to you. If you can see, there is a single father here who's charged with raising his son. And you can tell by looking at the father that he is somewhat socioeconomically challenged. But I assure you, he has a really good heart. And here you see his little kitten in the grocery store. The little kitten is hungry and really, really wants some milk. And the only problem is that the dad cat, by the way, I've slowed this video way, way down so that I can narrate it. It's only a 40-second video. The dad cat, unfortunately, has reached the end of his funds and can't provide for his boy here. And the boy, his tummy hurts, and he's really sad that he can't get what he needs. And the two of them end up walking off away from the grocery store, and the boy has to go to bed without his supper. And you'll see the dad cat is just crushed. He is and things will look up because the dad really steps up. He knows what he needs to do. The kid ends up going. This is the kid's first day of school, and he goes off to do what he needs to do. The dad cat, all he can do is get a blue collar job, but you can see he works really hard for his boy. And the boy cat is stepping up too. Now you'll notice that all the other cats in the class are dressed in shirts and ties, and our boy is obviously from blue collar roots, and but you don't have to worry about him because that boy's going to do just fine. He comes from a home that is absolutely filled with love, and he's gonna do great. The dad cat, meantime, is doing whatever he needs to do. He even takes a job digging ditches, and so he's willing to do that. But the boy cat is just he's kind of I would just say here he is. He's gotten all the questions right on his test, and he's just delighted with that. Now, you can see they don't have much, but they have each other, and that's enough. You know, they're doing just fine. And here they even have plenty of food to eat. They're doing all right. Now, the the boy, the son ends up going to college and he even graduates. And you can see here he is so proud and so happy that he was able to graduate. He just delighted with that. And he ends up getting here they are having photos taken of the graduation. You can see how proud the dad is, but the fact is the two of them did this together. And so it's so far as a happy story. It's going to take a dark turn soon. But here's the boy in an office job. He's working really hard. Well, here comes the dark turn. The dad is going to die in this crosswalk, and he's going to be struck by a car, and it's very sad. Um, I can even speed this up a little bit so we don't dwell on it too much. The boy cat is just decimated. You can see how sad he is. The parent that loved him so much, the parent that worked so hard so that he could live a better life is gone. And that was most of his life. And he's trying to pull his life together, but it's really tough. And even when there's a girl cat even tries to console him, and it's not even working that well. You can see he's having a hard time, but things start to look up. He starts to feel a little better. He's got some companionship there. He's even got a girlfriend, and life is getting better. And he even ends up proposing to this girl cat, and the girl cat says yes. And so life is going in a positive direction. And here's the boy cat at his wedding. And you can look in his eyes and you can see that he sees some hope. He sees the hope for a good life after all. And just maybe this life's going to turn out good. Now, the whole reason that John Oliver showed this 40-second video was to say, here's somebody that put this together in a couple of hours. I mean, it's just the steps are like telling AI, okay, AI, give me a 5-second video of a cat who's just ecstatic because he just graduated from college. And it does it. And then he puts together another 25 or so of these, and he's got an instant video. And he puts the video online, and more than 15 million people saw this video and clicked the like button for a couple hours work. Now, that was John Oliver's point. My point was that when 15 million people look at this and like it, that means that it has to do with feelings. Now, the most important question I think that has ever been asked in this universe was asked by Michelle. Michelle said this question: how do you want to feel? I believe that is the most key question that exists. And 15 million people watched this video and it made them feel the way they wanted to feel. Now, in Robism, I just like to feel good. And I even had trouble with this video. And this particular content creator, we know it was easy for him to create this because AI software hasn't been around that long. And he created this, and I could count 137 other similar videos in a very short amount of time. So that was pretty easy for him. But the point here is that everybody, in your uniqueness, you want what you want. And what that boils down to is you want to feel the way you want to feel. Most important point. And secondly, for some reason, we humans want something else. We tend to. Other than the most important thing is how we want to feel, is we want the circumstances that will justify what it is how it is we want to feel. In other words, say you want to feel, wealthy, say, or you want to feel prosperous. the circumstances might be you want to look in your bank account and see a fair amount of money. Okay, fair enough. Or maybe you're in Oregon and you want to feel safe. But the circumstances would be you want to see the reports that say the fires are moving away from you. Okay, here's the thing. There are of all the world's religions, which the biggest is Christianity, followed by Islam, followed by Hinduism, followed by Buddhism, followed by Judaism. New Thought is way the heck down there. And we're even a subset of that. We are science of mind, and science of mind, there's even fewer of us. But in my estimation, we have the absolute best technology of all the religions that I have ever seen for A, feeling the way you want to feel, and B, if you want, creating the circumstances that justify how you want to feel. And so I invite you to join me in prayer if you feel like closing your eyes, because right now I am feeling the goodness of God and the goodness of the unity of all that is. And I am feeling the gratitude for the most wonderful system that creates the feelings that we want simply because we decide that we want them. Right now, I am knowing for everyone who is on this call that they are feeling right now already better than they felt when they signed on to this call, simply because they want to. Whatever it is that person wants to feel, whatever it is that each individual within the sound of my voice feels, it is already better than the way they felt when they first logged on, simply because they decide that they want to. We are using the tools, and for the heck of it, the circumstances, the justification, the backstory for why we feel that way, that's improving too, but then that will show. But right now, we are already moving in the direction that we want. We are feeling the goodness that we want. We are feeling the God that we want. We are feeling the magnificence of the system that creates exactly what we want in life. And so I am so delighted with this. I'm delighted that this service is blessed. I'm delighted that Michelle's message is going to be inspiring. It's already inspiring, and it's already creating a benefit in our lives. I am knowing that this entire association between each and every one of us is making our lives better. Thank you, God, that this is so. I do give great thanks that this is so. I release my word. And together we say, and so it is. You're muted, Michelle, but you may know that. There you go.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, yeah, I was talking. So I didn't do this last week, so we'll do it this week. Can you see the,
We can do it twice if you want.
no, just once is good.
Okay.
Oh my
July's
God, I love that video, by the way.
Oh, for what it's worth. July's affirmation. We have within us a power that is greater than anything we shall ever contact in the outer world. A power that can overcome every obstacle in our life and set us safe, satisfied, and at peace, healed and prosperous in a new light and in a new life. That's very nice. It's by Ernest Holmes.
Oh, who's our guy? Oh, I love that. It's so funny. I was just having a long conversation about AI and the benefits of it. And I loved your twist on it, the way to look at it. And that was really beautiful. The video kind of reminded me of that movie Up with the old man and the little book. It was perfect. Love it. So I'm going to play a song. I was talking about this in the meditation that sort of was the inspiration, if you will, for today's talk. It's Karen Drucker, and it's about really about our uniqueness, and that there is always a new, fresh way that Spirit is wanting to express through us. There's always that call of something more that hangs on our heart. And so here is the song? Do I have the sound up? Hang on a second. Yes, I have. Can y'all hear it?
There's been a storm brewing inside of me, clouds moving around my heart. Something's changing that I can't see. I'm stuck in what I know is safe, not yet where I'm supposed to be. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call of something I've never felt before. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call, it's asking, what am I here for? 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 They say that pain pushes till the vision pulls. Feels like my safety nets have fallen down. I wish I had a map of where to go, but I've got this feeling in my soul. When I get there, I will know, and I feel the call of something more. I feel the call of something I've never done before. I feel the call of something more. And I feel the call, and it's asking, what am I here for? 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 I wanna make a move right now, though I don't know when or how. But when I trust and know the truth, my heart will point the way. There is more of me to share, so today I do declare I will take that step in faith and let my light shine. Oh, I feel the call of something more. I feel the call of something I've never seen before. I feel the call of something more. I feel the call to be someone I've never been before. I feel the call of something more. And I feel the call, and it's asking, what am I here for? 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 Hey, hey. Is it all about love? Is it all about love? Give
love. Am I here for love? I think that pretty much says it, doesn't it? Oh, wow. Well, between Rob's wonderful introduction and prayer and the songs, I'm feeling pretty full already. I'm really glad to be here with all of you this morning. And so, once again, as I always like to say, whether you're here in real time or replay, we're just so glad you're connecting with us, however you're doing it. And I was thinking about us as a group, we're just this really connected group of spiritually minded people. I think of us as like this loving circle. And yet what I would invite us to hold in mind is the openness to include anyone who is looking for a place to feel welcomed and supported and loved on this journey of life. So I invite you to hold that for me, not just for me, for all of us, for our center as we walk through our weeks, our days, our lives. So last week's Sunday message was breathe and be curious, which speaks to breathing in the goodness of life and just being present with it. And when we say life, we're not just talking about our daily experiences. We're talking about that ineffable presence that is the source of everything, that is everywhere. That's the nature of our own being. And as we turn our attention inward, we breathe into that presence and that all-encompassing spirit, power, God, the all that is, and that then reveals itself through us as we connect with it. It's in and through all of its creation. Everything is connected within this divine presence. And even though in our physical world, things look like they're separate, I'm here, you're there, that mountain's over there. In reality, everything is contained within the all-encompassing mind of God, as we call it, the infinite potential of everything. There's only one life and we're all living in it. We live in this physical universe of time and space, and so we experience our world as separate things. However, we know that there is a larger reality that sources and contains everything. Everything's connected within that one life. We are one. Your mind and my mind are one mind. They are the mind of God. And many, probably all of us, realize this spiritual principle of our oneness, multiplicity from unity, as our founder Ernest Holmes said. But I think it's valuable to collectively remind ourselves and acknowledge and honor this life that we're all living together in this one magnificent expression of spirit, just to pause. I don't know, it always makes me almost tear up just to pause and say, wow, how amazing. Thank you so much. So last week's message also spoke to the value of developing a really intimate relationship with this source, to cultivate an inner environment, an inner state of consciousness that feels the presence of source, because that really is what life is about. Rob mentioned that earlier. I think it's all about how we feel and where we resonate with the vibration. That we feel the presence of spirit within us. And the more we consciously connect with and feel the source, feel our own divine nature, the more our God nature outpictures as our life, as our experience. Because as metaphysicians, we know that consciousness is creative and that consciousness precedes all form and experience in the physical world. And so with this as a backdrop, this week I really want to focus on how God, spirit, source differentiates itself through all of its creation, how it never repeats itself, and how spirit knows itself through the infinite variety of all of its creation, which includes us. And the spiritual value of honoring our own uniqueness and honoring the uniqueness of others. I want to highlight that because it's so important. What we honor, we get more of. What we are grateful for, we expand into. because our heart's desire, things that are in harmony with our divine nature, the things we gravitate towards in our human lives, the things we have passion for, these things are the will of God. They are one and the same. Our heart's desire and the will of God are one and the same. Ernest Holmes told us, and I'm paraphrasing here because it was a long paragraph, that the will of God is always good, and that the will of God is anything that enables us to express greater life, greater happiness, greater power, so long as it doesn't harm anyone else or anything else. This must be the will of God for us. And then Holmes added that as much life as one can conceive becomes a part of his or her experience. So whatever we conceive of, whatever we can hold in our consciousness is what we express in our life. And I was thinking about each one of us has a distinct DNA, distinct, unique fingerprint. We all have our unique interests and our unique desires and passions that fill our own unique hearts. Each one of us is unique, and each of us uses creative law uniquely. We're each using the law in our own unique way to express the beautiful individuality of God that's within us. We're all empowered to bring our unique heart's desire to life. I love this line, I think I got it from Mark Nepo, to bring heaven to earth. And it is a very interesting journey to discover what's ours to explore and what's ours to express and what's ours to give, and to find the most fulfilling and joyous way to do that. I have a quote from Holmes here from the Science of Mind book. He said, "Unity doesn't mean uniformity. Unity means that everything draws its strength, its power, and its purpose from one source." Oh, I love that. But the forms of expressions are as varied as life itself. We can't even begin to imagine the variety of life, the variety of things that we run into in life, and this is why I began by talking about the benefit, really kind of the necessity of being securely grounded in our unity with Spirit, God, whatever we want to call that. Because when we understand the nature of our own being, we realize that there is something unique and positive and wonderful within us. And that no matter what our age, what our gender, what our financial status is, or what any of the conditions or the situations of our life or the world around us would have us believe, there is something that wants to express itself through us. And this never ends. It's the expression of love and peace and joy and so many other aspects of the divine. And we get to discover the most fulfilling and the most joyous ways to bring out our own uniqueness into form. I was thinking about this the other day when I was looking at my garden, and I have this daisy garden, and every single one of these daisies is a little bit different. None of them are the same. They're each unique. And we get to figure out a way that serves not only us, but the entire collection of humanity. And I was thinking about it, and one of the ways that we could do this, just try this on, is to become our own best friend. We can be our own BFF. Imagine that we had a really good friend, someone that you've known personally since childhood, and their strengths, and their inherent talents, and the places where they're still growing, their growing edge. And that deep in their heart, they're good and loving, and that it's their heart's desire to live in harmony with the nature of God. They want to live a life of love and peace and happiness and contribute to the world in positive ways. And I think this is true of all of us, even if we're not consciously aware of it. We all want to live in harmony with good. So how would you support this best friend? How would you help them find their voice? How would you hold an intention for your best friend? You probably begin by seeing them as whole, perfect, and complete already. Gifted and filled with the light of God. You'd see them in their perfection, not as someone who is broken or who needs to be fixed, you'd see their magnificence. And now imagine that this friend is you, you know? How would you support you as your best friend? You know, you might ask yourself empowering questions, things like, how can life get even better than this? How can I feel even more alive and joyous? How can I be even healthier and even more blessed with loving relationships and an overflow of financial abundance? How can I be even more thankful? How can I be even more joyous? How can I give to the world from the overflow of good within me? And these kinds of questions open the door for the universe to answer them. You know, years ago, I was saying this during meditation. Years ago, I heard Michael Beckwith talking about the practice of asking empowering questions. He said that behind every question we ask, there is an answer ready to reveal itself. And behind every answer, there is some action that is ready to be taken. And behind every action, there is a new way of life ready to reveal itself. And when we ask ourselves disempowering questions, we invite disempowering answers, you know, the kind as, why is this happening to me? How could it get worse than this? The universe will show us. But if we ask how things can be even better, the answer will be given, you know, as the master teacher Jesus said. Ask and it will be given, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open. The answer's always there. It's always ready to reveal itself, waiting for that opening from us. Now, if you're anything like me, you might be thinking, well, you know, I'm not really some spring chicken anymore. Anything that I wanted to do, I've probably already done. Or maybe you're thinking, oh, it might be too late for me. And to that, I say, nonsense. You're not dead. We always have something to contribute to the magnificence and the unfolding of life. You know, it's always there. We always have something to contribute. And it doesn't have to be some big grandiose thing. It can be something that's quiet and simple and peaceful and still contribute to the unfolding of life and to the unfolding of life of humanity. We just have to find the right thing. What feels right to our own hearts? I read this story. I love this story. I might have shared it before. I don't really remember. So many stories. It's about a woman who is a violinist, and she'd been a child prodigy. She performed with major symphonies in America and Europe. She was one of those individuals who seemed to have some talent that came from somewhere beyond the realm of normal human affairs. You know those kind of talents. But as she got older, sometime in her 20s, she suddenly abandoned her violin in favor of the viola. The viola is a deeper throated, less celebrated cousin of the violin. And even though it was the violin that she'd kind of achieved this stunning success, she went for the viola, which surprised everyone. It seemed like such an odd decision. She had a promising career as a violinist, and apparently, I don't know this because I'm not a violinist or a musician, but apparently the repertoire for the viola is limited. And the parts that are arranged for the viola are less significant and less complex than those for the violin. But here's the thing, when asked why she turned away from an instrument with such color and vibrancy, so favored by composers, for one so quiet and recessive and generally overlooked and unappreciated as the viola, her answer was really simple and really direct. She said, I like its voice. It's more me. I like its voice. It's more me. She felt it. We feel it when we hit on that thing that is unique to us. This woman found her own gift and passion through the voice of the viola. And it reminded me a little bit of my own journey, you know, as an elementary school teacher. People would ask me, why are you giving up the security of a teaching position for the uncertainty of being a minister? And I basically gave the same answer. I loved being a teacher, but being a minister is more me. It's the voice of my passion and my way of contributing to the world through a path of transformation and of peace and of love. We have to find our own unique voice, no matter what the outer conditions are. And of course, the things we're passionate about and feel called to do are going to change. We always change, but we can't let the things in the physical world hold us back from doing something new and fresh and joyous. I've seen people get complacent when they get to a certain age or even in their younger years, and I don't think that serves us. I believe we have to find that divine harmony and balance between a life that is lived grounded in our union with God, one which we spend a lot of time in our spiritual practice to feel the connection of God, and one that is always trying to improve and expand, to create something new. And there's certainly nothing wrong with either, but it's finding that lovely balance between being and doing that is the beauty and the magnificence of our human journey. Another story, funny story. Probably shared this one too, but I don't really know. There's this minister, and he's driving along a remote country road when he comes across this beautiful farm. I mean, this farm was gorgeous. The farm was kept in absolutely magnificent conditions. You know, the fences were well cared for, the crops were this radiant green, and the house had a fresh, clean, clear coat of paint on it. It had these well-cultivated flower beds around it. You know, there were straight lines of poplars on all sides of the farm, you know, lawns that were deep and rich and green. The entire picture would have made a beautiful postcard. And the farmer happened to be working right by the road, and he noticed the minister leaning against his fence. So he stopped the tractor and he climbed down. He walked over to the minister, and the minister said, "My good man, God has certainly blessed you with a beautiful farm." The farmer stops. "Yeah, beautiful farm," he's thinking. He pulled out his handkerchief, he wipes his brow, and he stands there for a minute, still not saying a word. And then after a few moments, he looked over at the minister, and he looked over at his farm, and he said with a kind of slow, steady voice, "Yes, Reverend, you're right. God has certainly blessed me with a beautiful farm, but I just wish you could have seen it when God had it all to himself." You know, we have to find that balance, right? Between doing and being, who we are and how we choose to show up in the world. You know, it's joyous. It can be a very joyous walk, journey, whatever we want to call it. So I just wanted to bring our attention back to that song that I played for you, that Karen Drucker song that has always spoken to me, you know, the call of something more. And I just think Karen's lyrics beautifully describe that feeling of sitting in the presence and also having that something within you that wants to be expressed. You know, that feeling that something is calling me forward, however gentle and patient it might be, just waiting for your internal transformation. What are the lyrics? "There's a storm brewing inside me, clouds moving around my heart. Something's changing that I can't see. I'm stuck in what I know is safe, but not yet where I'm supposed to be." You can feel when you're not done, you know. And I think kind of breaking free from that stuck place, and maybe it's not even a stuck place, maybe just a little feeling of complacency, you know, that's how we honor our uniqueness, you know. And it doesn't, life won't let us stay in one place for too long. Didn't Nurse Holmes tell us that? It's always beckoning us forward. Life wants us to do and to move and to create and to experience and express itself. It's almost like feeling like you know something's on the horizon, but you're not quite sure what it is yet. And it might be a little bit scary, but it's also kind of exciting. That call of something more. I feel the call of something I've never felt before. I love that about life. That life is always inviting us to unfold and change. And change is just the nature of life itself. Life is change, which is one of the basic spiritual principles that we teach in Science of Mind, that the nature of life itself is always unfolding. It's this vigorous, active, never stagnant thing, just always unfolding. What's the quote? Holmes said, nature, or we could say life, will never let us stay in one place for too long. She will let us stay just long enough to gather the experience necessary to the unfoldment and the advancement of our soul. Life is about this constant unfolding and becoming. We're these beautiful, dynamic expressions of the nature of life. And if we become too complacent and unwilling to change and grow, life will give us that cosmic nudge to keep us moving. And if we don't pay attention to the cosmic nudge, then we'll get the cosmic 2x4, and nobody wants that. I remember one time, I think I've shared this before, that my youngest son, Abraham, this was several years ago, he was rear-ended in his car 3 times in 1 year. And I don't remember who I was talking to, but someone said, yeah, maybe life is trying to tell him that it's time to move forward. He got the cosmic 2x4. So here's the thing. As divine humans, we get to find our own way to live from the spiritual truth of our own being, that we are a masterpiece of God. We're the perfection of God. And at the same time, we're a work in progress. And we are also human beings who have the power to influence reality in a powerful way. And each and every one of us, as divine expressions of God, we have something unique and genuine and beautiful to contribute to the whole of life. No matter what age or stage we're in, we can always ask the question, show me, divine presence, how life can get even better than this. We can ask that question and we will get the answer. It always comes. So I'm just going to do a very quick settling in now. And I invite us all to collectively ask that question. How can life get better than this? Divine Spirit, divine presence, universe, all it is. I pose this question into the infinite field of potential. How can life get better than this? How can life overflow into my world in more abundant, vibrant, vigorous, joyous ways? So grateful that I know the answer is always given. So with that, I simply say thank you. Allow it to be, and together we say, and so it is. So, whoo. I love that. How can life get better than this? Show me. Show me. And I think I'm doing pretty sure it's me, that I'm doing let's see, I don't want to turn off my, I have a nice closing song that I want to, let's see, ways to give. I'm opening up the ways to give. So in our center, we exist, if you will. We are financially supported by the money that comes from our congregants who are connected to the source of supply for everything, which is God. So ultimately, our supply and our support comes from God through you, and gives you the opportunity to continue that flow in your own lives, as we are incredibly grateful for your continued support. So we know that all supply comes from God, and we know that we continue its flow through our individual lives through giving, and just giving in general. Yes, we would love for you to give to us because it helps us stay on the air. So here's the ways to give. We prime the pump through our giving. So you can either give on Venmo to Om Center. You'll see my photo. It's just my face, this one. Or you can give through a snail mail check, which is wonderful too. Lots of people do it this way. And my address is there. And I just deposit the checks right into our home bank account. So that's how we can give. And here is our, I'm trying to get it up. Sometimes when I'm doing this on my own. Here it is. And here is our sacred giving affirmation, which I really like. I just kind of updated it a few weeks ago. All right, and it is, I've got this weird thing up here. Get out of the way, please. Can't see it. Oh, there we are. I give with a grateful heart, knowing that spirit is the source and substance of all supply. I joyfully participate in the circulation of abundance. My offering blesses the world and returns to me multiplied. I am grateful and I am prosperous, and so it is. How can life get more abundant than this? We shall see, as we've posed the question. And so I have this, this is an old, we used to sing this at our center all the time. And I ran across this video and I thought, oh, this is perfect for today. So it does have, it's a video. So I'm going to share my, oh wait, this is the right one. Sorry, I almost put the wrong one up. Here we go. Okay, can you have that?
I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so.
Sorry. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it stopped. Hang on. I think I can start it again. This is where I generally don't always do videos because my bandwidth.
I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. You are a light,
Oh, I love that. I like better stop before it continues to play on. We used to sing that pretty often in our center, and it just we all are a light in the world. And yeah, I'm probably gonna let that be our benediction. I was supposed to do the benediction, but I think that's a pretty nice prayer. And so I am going to stop our recording now. And just thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Rob for the lovely invocation and words he spoke to us, and just all of you for being here. And I love you all so much. I'm going to stop the recording.